So is it worth getting a res delete on your car? More specifically, is it worth getting a res delete on an M235i? Let's find out. So here it is in comfort with the res in. Very good. Sport. Go sport again. Bosh. Right, so that was the before sounds. Now let's get the car up in the air, get this exhaust off, cut the res out. I'll show you through the process, but yeah, first step, let's get the car up. As you can see, the car is up in the air. Here is the exhaust, and let me demonstrate where the resonator is, in case you didn't know. Here is the resonator, basically an extra silencer. Ow, that was hot. Here it is. There we go. Let's get it out. Very informative. Anyway, so we have this cross brace going across, which basically prevents the exhaust from coming out, and we want to take the exhaust out. So there's a bolt either side you have to take out. So just a case of undoing that. Here it is off the car, and then you can see, so now we can actually make progress to drop the exhaust off. So we have to disconnect from the downpipe. Easiest undoing it, give it a little love tap with a hammer, as you can see, and then she'll pop off. And then we just have to undo all the exhaust mounts or hangers, however you want to call them. And then there's two at the back, one at the front, and then we just drop it. There's three of us, so it's easier. You could probably do this one person. You could probably do this on the driveway, to be honest, but because there was three of us, we thought, why not? And there it is off the car. Now it's off the car, as you can see, it's just a case of getting the saw out, putting it down and cutting the res out. It's all about cutting it in the right place, but obviously you could rather cut further forward and then you can trim it back if needs be. But Tom knows what he's doing, so we cut it in the right place, cut the res out. There's one side and there is the other side. Once the res is cut out, it's a case of putting the two sides of the exhaust back onto the car and then lining up the res delete pipe with the current exhaust so we can see, make sure we've got the right length of pipe and that it's all going to fit correctly, it's not going to protrude, etc, etc. So just make sure it's in the right area, and then we can tack weld it. I say we, Tom can tack weld it to the car with his safety squints on. Happy days. So it's just a case of welding it while it's on the car, make sure everything's in place and all lined up. As I said, here he is. Look, well, look at him close his eyes. It's actually ridiculous. No goggles. What, did you just shut your eyes?
Yeah, just blink. Oh wait, safety squints.
Yeah. You not meant to wear gloves, Tom? As you just saw, it was just a case of making sure it was all lined up on the car, take it off the car, finish off the welds, make sure it's all good, and it's all welded up, the res delete is in, and now it's a case of lifting the exhaust back onto the car, and it's just the same process backwards, so doing up those exhaust hanger bolts, basically, and then it's back on. And now, let's hear the difference. To answer the question, should you res delete your M235i? And yes, it's the next day, hence the outfit changed. We'll just let it marinate. I think you should. I think it sounds a lot sportier, but without being too ASBO, although the pops and bangs are quite loud. But I think it had a nice sporty element, but it's not too loud. It kind of brings the comfort mode to where the sport mode was. and then just elevates that sport mode to a lot louder, a lot sportier, kind of releasing that 6-cylinder turbo, 2J noise out of reach. But no, it does sound good, and I think it's something you should do if you've got one of these with the stock black box. If you want to see a full review on this exact car, click up here and I'll link it. If you want to watch more car content, we've got loads more content coming with this car, with other cars, my ISF, a bit more with this, a bit more with some other BMWs. Be sure to drop me a subscribe and a like, I'd appreciate it very much.